quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Prescott from the gun. Escaping the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to let this one go deep. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels, and he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got it. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Hey, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Squeeze.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Forced out to his left. Going deep to the end zone for... And this is caught. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the... And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Mike,
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On second down, it's Pollard. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Prescott from the gun on third. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
Slam, slam. Undercrush, undercrush. Go, go. Kill.
They go play action now. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Hayden Hurst, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Intended that time for Cooper.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On second and 1, Jackson flushed out right. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Stephon Tuitt in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He had gained really good yardage. That's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Connor going backwards here on the first down carry. Stopped up for a loss of a couple. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Buying time to his left. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Watch the backer, watch the backer. Check, check. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check. 2-6. Check hot route. Hot, hot.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54 Mike. You don't want none. You don't get it. Pick up the ball. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson, but it's brought in by Washington. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
First and 10.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch 54. Let's set a tone.
On 1st down, it's Samuels. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Pollard. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here's Quadri Olison, played his college ball on this field for Pitt. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 44 yards. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Connor. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. Out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington, his 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Boswell good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to check.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. And even 60 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is good. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, But also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Silver.
To throw again, Jackson. That is taken in by Hurst. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The sack by Robert Quinn. And that'll be marked down as their 1st sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their 1st sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Here I come again. Let's go.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Mike's by 4.
Jackson from the shotgun. Being chased out left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
From the 17, Prescott flushed out right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Double dog, that's the way. Check. Jam. Check. You go tight. You got tight.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Steelers 42, Cowboys 10. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Forced out to his left. And an alley to run. He'll have a... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Shoot. 26, check 26.
Johnson's got it complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
On the double. Mike 54. Who's on Booker? Fear and echo. I smell fear in that offense. Hey, watch it.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Throwing is Jackson. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deeply. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a gain of 34. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
A good run of 6 yards there gets them closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll look to run with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner taking it in as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will extend this big lead. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Prescott. Buying time to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way. Oh, Prescott stripped.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Prescott being chased down left. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. He's crashing. Go. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Quick dance.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Sweet. Check 31. Check 31. Check 13. Check 13. Check 9. Check 9. Kill.
Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Watch out.
Now Connor. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Connor. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll run here with counter, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can buy.
You can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Pittsburgh, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Dallas, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.